Hello everyone and welcome to Counteract North's first and hopefully last virtual cabaret. My name is Liam Katz and I'm your host for tonight. I am hosting, but I actually originally auditioned for a singing part, but I didn't get the part because they said my singing was so awful that they couldn't listen to my audition for more than 5 seconds. My singing was so bad that they actually felt bad for me, and that's why they gave me the part of the host, because they want me to introduce people with actual talent. No, the real reason I'm the host is because I'm the most handsome and good-looking person in the club. My words, not theirs. I'm really enjoying hosting. I think it's fun. I feel like Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars, except the Oscars is watched by millions of people, and the only person watching this is my grandma. I'm going to be telling a lot of jokes tonight. All my jokes are original. I write them myself, except for the ones that you don't laugh at. Those are written by Mr. Carlin. This whole virtual thing is really weird for me. I don't have an audience to laugh at my jokes. But then again, even if there was an audience, I don't think anyone would be laughing at my jokes. I love performing. It's my favorite thing to do, but I haven't really missed being on stage because I eat lunch on it every day now. Anyways, we have a great show for you tonight. I'm really excited for you to see it. Here we go. Let's get this show on the road. For our first performance, we have Ellie Brenner performing a monologue from Jerry Finnegan's sister.
Look, you don't know me. That's a problem. I'm telling you this story, see, and it's about me, sort of, but it's mostly about her. And this story is happening right now. Right here, even as I speak. So if I took the time to get into my life's history, we'd be here till God retires. You'd know everything about me, nothing about her, and you'd tootle home in your Subarus in a state of theatrical bankruptcy. Are you with me on this? Good. Anyway, I woke up this morning and I said to myself, today is the day. Today, I will make contact with Jerry Finnegan's sister, come hell or high water. I mean, there she was, right next door. There she'd been right next door for most of my life. And here I was, doing absolutely nothing about it. I had my reasons. The way she looks is one of them. Oh, wait, okay, you need that. You need to know how she looks. This is how she looks. As far as I'm concerned, this is how she looked coming out of the womb. And this is how I look. In fact, I think I looked better coming out of the womb. Which is why I can never get anywhere with girls, especially with girls who look out like she does. Comparatively, okay, I'm not repulsive. Put me in a room with 20 other guys, there's bound to be 1 or 2 that make me look like Mel Gibson. But when it comes to thinking about serious necking with girls who look like this, thanks. Sure. Let's face it, I get the Prince Charles thanks, but no thanks award. But, okay, today I said to myself, Brian, no more, this is it. Breakthrough starts spreading the news. I was gonna make contact with Jerry Finnegan's sister, even if it cost me brain death by humiliation. What brought all this on was something Jerry said to me last night. He said to me, Brian, guess what? Which I hate. I hate it when Jerry Finnegan says, guess what to me. In our long friendship, Jerry Finnegan has said, guess what to me 4 times. Once, when my dog Snuffles got hit by the ice cream truck. Once, when my brother Kevin set fire to my learner's permit. Once, when my Aunt Gwen got arrested for shoplifting Milk Duds at Safeway, and then again last night. He calls me at 1 minute to midnight and says, Brian, guess what? And I froze. My sister is getting married, he said. I was speechless. So, Jerry hung up, and I went to bed. That kind of information has to be absorbed flat on your back. So today, I woke up galvanized. Which hurts. I decided that if I was going to do it, I was going to do it with words. Words! It had finally occurred to me were what Beth Finnegan and I could never come to terms on. I'd throw a word in her direction and it'd be like fried egg on Teflon. It's sort of lay on the pan, sizzle there for a couple minutes, and then slide right off. Nothing stuck. It's like every word I'd throw in her direction would just not penetrate. But I could tell that something in there wanted to hear me. It was so frustrating.
What an amazing performance to kick off this awesome cabaret. Next up, we have a sort of double performance with Gianna Morani performing Green Finch and Linen Bird, and Alex Demetz performing Joanna, both from Sweeney Todd. Take it away.
Green Finch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? How can you jubilate sitting in cages, never taking wing? Outside the sky waits beckoning, just beyond the moors. How can you remain staring at the rain, battened by the stars? How is it you sing anything? How is it you sing? Green finch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, how is it you sing? Whence comes this melody constantly flowing? Is it rejoicing or really hallowing? Or dismissing, or fussing, or simply dreaming? Are you crowing? Are you screaming? Ring dove and robinette, is it for wages, singing to be sold? Having decided it's safer in cages, singing when you're told. Many cages, many rooms, damask and dark, nothing there seems, not even lark. Larks never will you know, and they're captive. Teach me to be more adaptive. Green finch and linnet bird, nightingale, blackbird, teach me how to sing. If I cannot fly, let me sing.
I feel you, Joanna. I feel you. I was half convinced I'd waken, satisfied enough to dream you. Happily I was mistaken, Joanna. I'll steal you, Joanna. I'll steal Do they think that walls can hide you? Even now I'm at your window. I am in the dark beside you, buried sweetly in your yellow hair. I feel you, Joanna, and one day I'll steal you. Till I'm with you, then I'm with you there, sweetly buried in your yellow hair.
Those two performances were fantastic. Now we have Angelina Doris performing Amanda's monologue from The Glass Menagerie. Enjoy.
Possess your soul in patience, you will see. Something I've resurrected from that old chunk. Styles haven't changed terribly much after all. Now just look at your mother. This is the dress where I led the cotillion, won the cakewalk twice at Sunset Hill, attended the governor's ball in Jackson. See how I sashayed around the ballroom, Laura? I wore it on Sundays for my gentlemen callers. I had it on the day I met your father. I had malaria fever all that spring. The change of climate from East Tennessee to the Delta weakened resistance. I had a little temperature all the time. Nothing serious, just enough to make me restless and giddy. Invitations poured in. Parties all over the Delta. Stay in bed, said Mother. You have a fever. But I wouldn't know. I took quinine, but I kept going. Evenings, dances, afternoons, long nights. Lovely. So lovely that country night. All icy with double. Absolutely flooded with jonquils. That was the spring I had a craze for jonquils. Jonquils became an absolute obsession. Mother said, honey, there's no more room for jonquils. But I just kept bringing in more jonquils. Whenever, wherever I saw them, I'd say, stop, stop. I see jonquils. I made the young men help me gather the jonquils. It was a joke. Amanda and her jonquils. Finally, there was no more bases left to hold them. Every available space was filled with jonquils. No more bases left to hold them? All right, I'll just hold them myself. And then I met your father. Malaria fever, jonquils, and then this. Boy. I hope they get here before it starts to rain.
So I was given this to make a joke about the dress in the last video because it sort of matches, but I don't feel like I'm wearing a dress. I feel like Jerry Seinfeld.
But I don't want to be a pirate!
Here's Allie Butler with the next performance.
Maybe this time I'll be lucky. Maybe this time he'll stay. Maybe this time, for the first time, love won't hurry away. He will hold me fast. I'll be home at last. Not a loser anymore, like the last time and the time before. Everybody loves a winner, so nobody loved me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. When all the odds are there in my favor, something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time I'll win. 'Cause everybody, oh, they love the winner, so nobody loves me. Lady peaceful, lady happy, that's what I long to be. When all the odds are there in my favor, something's bound to begin. It's gonna happen sometime. Maybe this time, maybe this time I'll
You just heard Ellie Butler sing Maybe This Time from the show Cabaret, which is fitting because this is a cabaret. Now you're about to hear Cameron Flaherty sing Still Hurts from the last 5 years.
Jamie is over and Jamie is gone. Jamie's decided it's time to move on. Jamie has new dreams he's building upon, and I'm still hurting. Jamie arrived at the end of the line. Jamie's convinced that the problems are mine. Jamie is probably feeling just fine, and I'm still hurting. What about lies, Jamie? What about things that you swore to be true? What about you, Jamie? What about you? Jamie is sure something wonderful died. Jamie decides it's his right to decide. Jamie has secrets he doesn't confide, and I'm still hurting. Go and hide and run. like it's simple, like it's right. I'd see how you could be so certain that we had no chance at all. Jamie is over, and where can I turn? Covered with scars I did nothing to earn. Maybe there's somewhere a lesson to learn, but that wouldn't change the fact, that wouldn't speed the time. Once the foundation's cracked and I'm still hurting.
Great job, Cameron. Now we have Amanda Herpel with I Dream the Dream from Les Miserables. I've never understood the phrase Les Miserables. I have an Uncle Rob, and he isn't lame at all. I'm sorry.
There was a time when men were kind, and their voices were soft, and their words inviting. There was a time when love was blind, and the world was a song, and the song was exciting. There was a time, then it all went wrong. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid. Dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid. No song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they tear your dreams to shame. Slept somehow by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. Still I dreamed he'd come to me, that we would live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. Would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now than what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed.
We got August Grace Young performing a monologue from Brighton Beach Memoir. Try to say that 5 times fast.
How would you feel if your entire life depended on what your Uncle Jack decided? Oh God, I wish Daddy were alive. Oh God, he was so handsome. Always dressed so dapper, his shoes always shined. I always thought he should have been a movie star, like Gary Cooper, only very short. Mostly remember his pockets. When I was 6 or 7, he'd always bring me home a little surprise, like a Hershey or a top. He'd tell me to go get it in his coat pocket. So I'd run to the closet and put my hand in it, and it felt as big as a tent. I wanted to crawl in there and go to sleep. And there were all these terrific things in there, like juicy fruit gum or spearmint lifesavers and bits of cellophane and crumpled pieces of tobacco and movie stubs and nickels and pennies and rubber bands and paper clips and his gray suede gloves that he wore in the wintertime. Then I found his coat in Mom's closet and I put my hand in the pocket. Everything was gone. It was emptied and dry cleaned and it felt cold. And that's when I knew he was really dead. Oh God, I wish we had our own place to live. I hate being a boarder. Listen, let's make a pact. The first one who makes enough money promises not to spend any on herself, but saves it all to get a house for you and me and Mom. That means every penny we get from now on, we save for the house. We can't buy anything. No lipstick or magazines or nail polish or bubblegum. Nothing. Is it a pact?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber? Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st, the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage? What beast was then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it then, you were a man, and to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make them both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness does now unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this. If we should fail, screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and wassail, so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the recipient of reason a limbic only. When in swinish sleep their drenched nature lies as in a death, What cannot you and I perform on the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
That was India Prophet with a monologue from Macbeth. Now we have Sam Howe singing Run Away With Me from a musical with a really long title that I cannot memorize. The Unauthorized Autobiography of Samantha Brown.
Let me catch my breath. This is really hard. If I start to look like I'm sweating well, it's 'cause I am. I'm not good with words, but that's nothing new. Still, I have to try to explain what I want to do with you. With you. Run away with me. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Texas in the summer is cool. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you're ready. Let's go. Anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the keys. Run away with me. Sam, I know it's fast. I'm in love with you. Sam, it's crazy, but Sam, I'm crazier for you. I have these plans, Sam, I have these plans of a house that we built on a bay when we run away. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Alabama heat, sign me up. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you ready? Let's go. Anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the keys. Run away with me. I'm not trying to make you a wife here. I'm not trying to tie you down. I'm just saying there might be a life here in it one. As soon as we run, just as soon as we run, run away. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Mississippi mud, watch me slide. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you ready? Let's go. I'm already there. Away with me.
Great job, Sam. Now we have Maya Tyrant singing Stars and Moon from Songs for a New World.
His name, who had no traits of any value but his smile. I met a man who had no yearn or claim to fame, who was content to let life pass him for a while. And I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life the movie stars led. He kissed me right here, and he said, I'll give you stars and the moon and a soul to guide you, and a promise I'll never go. I'll give you hope to bring out all the life inside you, and the strength that'll help you grow. I'll give you truth and a future that's 20 times better than any Hollywood plot. And I thought, you know, I'd rather have a yacht. I met a man who lived his life out on the road, who left a wife and kids in Portland on a whim. I met a man whose fire and passion always showed, who asked if I could spare a week to ride with him. But I was sure that all I ever wanted was a life that was scripted and planned. And he said, but you don't understand. I'll give you stars and the moon and an open highway and a river beneath your feet. I'll give you days full of dreams if you travel my way, and a summer you can't repeat. I'll give you nights full of passion and days of adventure, no strings, just warm summer rain. I thought, you know, I'd rather have champagne. I met a man who had a fortune in the bank, who had retired at age 30, set for life. I met a man who didn't know which stars to thank, and then he asked one day if I would be his wife. And I looked up, and all that I could think of was a life I had dreamt I would live. I said to him, what will you give? I'll give you cars and a townhouse in Turtle Bay and a fur and a diamond ring. And we'll get married in Spain on my yacht today, and we'll honeymoon in Beijing. And you'll be stars at the parties I throw at my villas in Nice and Paris in June. And I thought, okay. And I took a breath, and I got my yacht. And the years went by, it never changed, it never grew, and I never dreamed. And I woke one day, I looked around, and I thought, my God, I'll never have the moon.
And the great performances just keep rolling in. Now we have Alex Havakin singing Nothing. Nothing? She didn't prepare anything? Okay. Alex Havakin is singing Nothing, a song from a chorus line. Enjoy.
I'm so excited because I'm gonna go to the high school performing arts. I mean, I was dying to be a serious actress. Anyways, the first day of acting class, we're in the auditorium and the teacher, Mr. Carp. Ugh, Mr. Carp. Anyway, he puts us on the stage with our legs around each other, one in back of the other, and he says, okay, we're gonna do improvisations. Now, you're on a bobsled and it's snowing out and it's cold. Okay, go. Every day for a week we would try to feel the motion down the hill. Every day for a week we would try to hear the wind rush, feel the chill. So I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see what I had inside. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul, and I tried, and everybody's going whoosh, whoosh. I feel the snow, I feel the cold, I feel the air, and Carp turns to me and he says, okay, Morales, what did you feel? And I said, nothing, I'm feeling nothing. And he said nothing could get a girl transferred. They all felt something, but I felt nothing except the feeling that this garbage was absurd. But I said to myself, hey, it's only the first week. Maybe it's genetic. They don't have bobsleds in San Juan. Second week, more advanced, and we had to be a table, be a sports car, ice cream cone. Mr. Carp, he would say, very good, except Morales, try Morales, all alone. So I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see how an ice cream felt. Yes, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul, and I tried to melt. The kids yelled nothing. They called me nothing, and Carp allowed it, which really makes me bad. They were so helpful. They called me hopeless until I really didn't know where else to turn. And Carp kept saying, Morales, I think you should transfer to Girls High. You'll never be an actress, never. Jesus Christ. Went to church, praying Sons of Maria, send me guidance on my knees. Went to church, praying Sons of Maria, help me feel it, pretty please. And a voice from down in the bottom of my soul came up to the top of my head. Yes, a voice from down in the bottom of my soul. Here is what it said. This man is nothing. This course is nothing. If you want something, go find a better class. And when you find one, you'll be an actress. And I assure you that's what finally came to pass. 6 months later, I heard that Carp had died. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and cried, 'cause I felt nothing.
Nice job, Alex. Now we have Max Undyke doing the monologue, The Creature from Frankenstein.
You're putting me on.
No, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
I expected this reception. All men hate the wretched. How then must I be hated, who am miserable beyond all living things? Yet you, my creator, detest and spurn me, thy creature, to whom thou art bound by ties only dissoluble by the annihilation of one of us. You purpose to kill me. How dare you sport thus with life? Do your duty toward me, I will do mine toward you and the rest of mankind. If you will comply with my conditions, I will leave them and you at peace. But if you refuse, I shall glut the maw of death till it be satiated with the blood of your remaining friends. Have I not suffered enough that you seek to increase my misery? Life, although it may only be an accumulation of anguish, is dear to me, and I will defend it. Remember, thou hast made me more powerful than thyself. My height is superior to thine, my joints more supple. But I will not be tempted to set myself in opposition to thee. I am thy creature, and I will even be mild and docile to my natural lord and king if thou wilt also perform thy part, the which thou owest me. O Frankenstein, be not equitable to every other and trample upon me alone, to whom thy justice, and even thy clemency and affection, is most due. Remember that I am thy creature. I ought to be thy Adam. Yet I am the fallen angel whom thou drivest from joy for no misdeed. Everywhere I see bliss from which I alone am irrevocably excluded. These desert mountains and dreary glaciers are my refuge. I have wandered here many days. The caves of ice, which I only do not fear, are a dwelling to me, and the only one which man does not grudge. If the multitude of mankind knew of my existence, they would do as you do, and arm themselves for my destruction. Shall I not then hate them who abhor me? I will keep no terms with my enemies. I am miserable, and they shall share in my wretchedness. Yet, it is in your power to recompense me and deliver them from an evil which it only remains for you to make so great that not only you and your family, but thousands of others shall be swallowed up in the whirlwinds of its rage. Let your compassion be moved, and do not disdain me. I was benevolent and good. Misery made me a fiend. Make me happy, and I shall again be virtuous. I've wandered these mountains. I've ranged their immense recesses, consumed by a burning passion which you alone can gratify. We may not part until you have promised to comply with my request. I am alone and miserable. Man will not associate with me, but one as deformed and horrible as myself would not deny herself to me. My companion must be of the same species and have the same defects. A female. This being you must create.
Mother said straight ahead, not to lie or be misled. I should have heeded her advice, but he seemed so nice. And he showed me things, many beautiful things that I hadn't got to explore. They were off my past, so I never had dared. I had been so careful, I never had cared. They made me feel excited, well, excited and scared. When he said, come in, with that sickening grin, how could I know what was in store? Once his teeth were bared, though I really got scared, well, excited and scared, he drew me close and he swallowed me down a dark, slimy path where lay secrets that I never want to know. And when everything familiar seemed to disappear forever, at the end of the path was Granny once again. So we wait in the dark until someone sets us free, and we're brought into the light, and we're back at the start. And I know things now, many valuable things that I hadn't known before. Do not put your faith in a cape and a hood. They will not protect you the way that they should. And take extra care with strangers. Even flowers have their dangers, and though scary, it's exciting. Nice, it's different than good. Now I know, don't be scared. Granny is right, just be prepared. Isn't it nice to know a lot? And a little bit not.
You just listened to Lizzie Gottlieb sing I Know Things Now from Into the Woods. Now you're about to listen to Ben Koff sing Grow For Me from Little Shop of Horrors.
Tui, what am I supposed to do with you? Mr. Mushnick and Audrey, they just met you, but I've been going through this with you for weeks. Grow and wilt, spurt and flop. Are you a sickly little plant, or are you just plain stubborn? What is it you want? What is it you need? I've given you sunshine. I've given you dirt. You've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly. I'm down on my knees. Oh, please grow for me. I've given you plant food and water to sip. I've given you potash, you've given me zip. God, how I missed you. Oh, Pod, how you tease. Now please grow for me. I've given you southern exposure to get you to thrive. I fixed you back hard like I'm supposed to. You're barely alive. I've tried you at levels of moisture, from desert to mud. I've given you grow lights and mineral supplements. What do you want from me, blood? Down! Damn roses, damn thorns. Clumsy me. Hey, look, Tui. Hey, you're opening up. I wonder what made you do that. I think I know what made you do that. Guess a few drops couldn't hurt. As long as you don't make a habit out of it or anything. I've given you sunlight. I've given you rain. Looks like you're not happy unless I open a vein. I'll give you a few drops if that'll appease. Now please, oh please, grow for me.
Thank you, Ben, for that amazing performance. Now we have Logan Ray performing Phaeton from Metamorphosis.
Well, my parents were separated when I was really little, before I was even born. It was sort of a one-night sort of thing, except that it was in the day, in a meadow where my mother went to watch my father pass by every day. Anyway, I always knew who he was, and I would see him pass by every day. Of course, who doesn't? But I never knew him. He wasn't really around, like around. I went to an expensive school, and there were a lot of the boys there who were, you know, sons of the rich and famous. And one day, we're all on the playground, and this kid, Epaphras, he comes to me, and he says, "So, Phaeton, blah, blah, blah. Who's your father? Blah, blah, blah." And so I tell him, my father is the sun. He's Phoebus Apollo. And he says, "Tell me another." And I just looked around, and then he trampled me. He beat the snot out of me like I was lying. And so I go home and I say, "Mom, you know, this happened at school." And she gets all upset, crying and everything, because she still loves him, and it's an insult to her as well. And I'm like, well, if it's true, how come there's no proof? You know, it's unfair to us, you know, that there's no proof. And she gets more upset. And she says, "Hear me, my child. In all his glory, you are his truly begotten son. That fiery orb that you see crossing the sky each day, whose heat enlivens and enables the world and happens our days and our nights, is indeed your sire. Believe me, my child." Blah, blah, blah. So she tells me to go over to the valley where my dad goes to work every morning, and just to ask him to set things straight, you know, to do right by me. And so I set out, and it is hot, and it is dusty, and it's a long way across Ethiopia. I mean, I hitch part of the time, and part of the time I walk, and finally, I get there. And the hill is steep. At the door are my dad's secretaries, the days and the hours and the century, but they all recognize me and they say to go on in. And there he is, all shining and golden, and I can't even look at him. He's so bright. And you know what he says to me? He says, "My son, you are welcome. Speak, Phaeton, to your father." I cannot even tell you what this was to me. And so I tell him everything, you know, I just spill my guts. He listens to me and he says, "Let me grant you a favor. Whatever you ask shall be yours." And he swears to it. Now, there's only one thing that I really want. I mean, it's obvious, right? I say, give me the keys to your car. Immediately, he starts backpedaling, saying it's his job and no one else can do it. And then it's up in the sky and there's the bull and the lion, the scorpion out to get me. And I say, give me the keys to your car. I want to drive myself across the sky. It's my turn. You promised. I want to light the world today. Where have you been all my life, Dad? It's my turn. Hand it over. And so he hands over the reins. But he won't stop giving advice. You know, like, don't fly too high, nor too low. Stay in the tracks. Go slantwise, on and on. But I didn't listen. It was over before it began. It was chaos, okay? Out of control, as if no one was driving. You know, my knees got weak, and I was blinded from all the light. I set the earth on fire, and I fell, and it just destroyed me. You know, I was just completely and utterly destroyed. Like, O-V-E-R. Over.
Another great performance. Now we're going to take a quick intermission, so if you want to go to the bathroom or get something to eat, do that now. While you're doing that, I'd like to take a moment to talk about COVID-19. COVID-19 has affected everyone in many ways. For example, before quarantine, I thought I was an only child. Turns out I'm an older brother and a twin sister, and their rooms are right down the hall from mine. Me and my family have grown a lot closer during quarantine. For example, we started having a weekly game night, but we stopped after we remembered we had this thing called the internet, which is a lot more fun. I love my family, I truly do, but sometimes they can be a real pain in the butt. For example, I tried recording this video so many times, but I've had to stop because my family is too distracting. I tried recording this in my room, but my dad was vacuuming. I tried recording this in the kitchen, but my mom was cooking. I tried recording this in the front room, my brother was watching TV. I even tried recording this in the basement, but we don't have a basement. I ended up recording this in the garage because it's the only place I can find some peace and quiet.
Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way, but together you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream. He brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Imagine that, ice cream. And for the first time, we were together without a spat. Friendly, he was so friendly. That isn't like him. I'm simply stunned. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? It's been the most peculiar day. Will wonders never cease? Will wonders never cease? Oh, where was I? I'm so sorry about last night, but it's never every way, but together you and I will have a last night someday. I sat there waiting in that cafe and never guessing that you were fed. Oh. That you were near. You were outside looking bald. Oh my. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. Last night, I was so nasty. Well, he deserved it, but even so, that George is not like this George. This is a new George that I don't know. Somehow, it all reminds
You just heard Sarah Nelson sing Vanilla Ice Cream from She Loves Me. Now you're about to hear a beautiful man sing a beautiful song called Beautiful City from a beautiful musical, Godspell. Here's Eric Gracie.
Out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of a night of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for the day. We can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a sea of angels, but we can build a city of men. We may not reach the ending, but we can start slowly but truly mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now, we'll start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of men. When your trust is all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up, battered and battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but finally a city of men. A city of men.
Shoot, rodeo's just going to hell in a handbasket. Rodeo used to be something. I loved it, I did. Once Daddy and a bunch of them was fooling around with some bronc over to our place, and this old red-nosed named Cinch got bucked off, and my daddy hooted and said he had him a 9-year-old girl, namely me, wouldn't have no damn trouble cowboying that horse. So, he put me up on there, stuck that riding rein in my hand, gave me a kiss and said, "Now, there's one thing to remember, honey love. If you fall off, you just don't come home." Well, I stayed up. You have to stay in a bronc 8 seconds, otherwise the ride don't count. So from that day on, my daddy called me Big 8. Heck, that's all the name I got anymore. Big 8. Used to be for cowboys, the rodeo did. Doing it in some open field, folks would pull their cars and pickups around it, sit on the hoods, some ranch-handed bulldog him some rank steer, and everyone would wave their hats and call him by name. Ride us some bucking stock, rope up a few calves. You fall off here and there, but then we just get us to the bar and tell each other lies about how good we were. Used to be a family thing. Willie Billy Tilson and Tammy Lee had them 5 kids on the circuit. 3 boys, 2 girls, and Willie and Tammy. Was no two-beer rodeo in Oklahoma didn't have a Tilson entered. Used to call the oldest girl Chesty Tilson. Never seen a girl that top-heavy could ride so well. Said she only fall off when the gravity got her. Cowboys used to say if she landed face down, you could plant 2 young trees in the hole she leave. Chesty Tilson. Used to be people came to the rodeo, had a horse of their own back home. Ranch people, farm people, Lord, they knew what they were looking at. Knew a good ride from a bad ride, knew hard from easy. You broke some bones or spent the day eating dirt, but at least you got appreciated. Now, they bought the rodeo. Them. Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, Marlboro damn cigarettes. You know the ones I mean. Them. Hire some New Yorker sitting on some stuffed horse in front of a sagebrush photo and smoke that junk. Hell, tobacco wasn't made to smoke, honey. It was made to chew. Lord, when you filled up with smoke, he could have set you on fire. Damn, it gets me. There's some guy in a banker suit runs a rodeo now. Got him a pinky ring and a digital watch, honey. Said we ought to have a choreographist or something. Said he wanted us to dress up like Mickey Mouse, Pluto, crap like that. Some old ballbuster used to be with the ice dam capades. He said he wanted me to haul my butt through the barrel race, done up like Minnie damn Mouse in a tutu. Honey. Them people so screwed up, they probably eat what they run over in the road. Listen, they got the clowns wearing astronaut suits. I ain't lying. You know what a rodeo clown does. You go down, fall off, whatever. The clown runs in front of the bull so you don't get stomped. Pinstripes. He got them telling jokes on a microphone dressed in spacesuits. First horse seen him done up like Star Wars went crazy. Best bucking horse on the circuit. Named a piss and vinegar. Took one look at them clowns, had him a heart attack, and died. Crowd thought that was funnier than the astronauts. 1,200 pounds of coronary arrest went right through him and bam! Via con Dios. I swear, it won't be long before they strap in ice skates on the ponies. Big crowds now. Hardly no ranch people, no farm people, nobody I know. Bunch of disco babies and divorced lawyers. Designer jeans and day-glow Stetsons. Hell, a whole bunch of them wearing French perfumes. Oh, it smells like money now. Hey, when you're rodeo, it seems like you're bound to kick up yourself up some dirt. Well, seems like that fogged up the old TV camera. So, a while back, they said that we were riding on this new stuff called Astro Dirt. Dust-free, artificial damn dirt, honey. Lord have mercy. Banker suit called me in the other day, and he said, "Lurleen?" Hold it, I said. Who's this Lurleen? Round here, everyone calls me Big 8. Well, Big 8, he said. My name's Wallace. Well, that's a real surprise to me, I said, because around here, just everyone calls you dumbass. Nah, he laughed real big, slapped his big old desk, and then he said I wasn't suitable for the rodeo no more. Said they were looking for more of a showgirl type, something a little more Dallas Cowgirls maybe. Said the riding the roping wasn't the thing no more. Talked about floats, costumes, dancing, choreography. If I was a man, I would have pissed on his shoe. Said I would have a lifetime pass though. Said I can come to his rodeo anytime I wanted. Rodeo used to be people riding horses for the pleasure of people who rode horses. Money wasn't worth nothing to nobody. Money didn't have nothing to do with it. Used to be 7 Tilsons riding in the rodeo. but none of them dress up like Donald Damn Duck, so they quit. That there's the law of gravity. There's a bunch of assholes in this country run around until they see you having fun, and then they buy that fun, and then they start selling it. Well, you watch out, honey. They want to make $1 out of what you love. Dress you up like Minnie Mouse. Sell your rodeo. Turn your pleasure into ice damn capades. You hear what I'm saying? You're just merchandise to them, sweetie. You're just merchandise to them.
Wasn't that just the rootinest, tootinest thing you ever seen? That was Alex Abkin with a monologue from the rodeo. Next up, we got Sammy Herpel.
Well, Tommy has proposed to me, again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room while I was quite unprotected, as there was an elaborate trio going on. I didn't dare make the smallest repartee. I need hardly tell you, if I did, it would have stopped the music at once. Musical people are so absurdly unreasonable. They always want you to be perfectly dumb at the very moment when one is longing to be absolutely deaf. And then he proposed to me in broad daylight in front of that dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things that go on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. At luncheon, I saw by the glare in his eye that he was going to propose again, and I checked him in time by assuring him that I was a bimetallist. Fortunately, I don't know what bimetallism means. I don't believe anyone else does either, but the observation crushed Tommy for 10 minutes. He was quite shocked. And then Tommy is so annoying in the way he proposes. If he proposed at the top of his voice, I should not mind so much. But he does it in such a horrid, confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he talks to one just quite like a doctor. I'm very fond of Tommy, but his methods of proposing are quite out of date. I wish, Gertrude, you speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite often enough to propose to anyone, and that it should always be done in a manner that attracts some attention.
That was Sammy Herpel with An Ideal Husband from Oscar Wilde, and here's Olivia Shea with There's a Fine, Fine Line from Avenue Q.
There's a fine, fine line between a lover and a friend. And there's a fine, fine line between reality and pretend. And you never know till you reach the top if it was worth the uphill climb. There's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of time. There's a fine, fine line between a fairy tale and a lie. And there's a fine, fine line between you're wonderful and goodbye. I guess if someone doesn't love you back, it isn't such a crime. But there's a fine, fine line between love and a waste of your time. And I don't have the time to waste on you anymore. I don't think that you even know what you're looking for. For my own sanity, I've gotta close the door and walk away. There's a fine, fine line between together and not. And there's a fine, fine line between what you wanted and what you got. You gotta go after the things you want while you're still in your prime.
Wow, wasn't that performance fantastic? No, I'm asking. I didn't watch it. This is all pre-recorded. Anyways, next up we have Bella Thera singing Pulled from the Addams Family.
I don't have a sunny disposition. I'm not known for being too amused. My demeanor's locked in one position. See my face, I'm enthused. Suddenly, however, I've been puzzled. Bunny rabbits make me want to cry. All my inhibitions have been muzzled, and I think I know why. I'm being pulled in a new direction, but I think I like it. I think I like it. I'm being pulled in a new direction. Through my painful pursuit, somehow birdies took root. All the things I detested, impossibly cute. God, what do I do? Mother always says be kind to strangers, but she doesn't know what they destroy. I can feel the clear and present dangers when she learns that the boy has got me pulled in a new direction. But I think I like it. I think I like it. I'm being pulled in a new direction, and this feeling I know is impossible, so occupied that I've tried, but I can't let it go. It's disgustingly true. Bold, bold, bold. Puppy dogs with droopy faces, unicorns with dancing mice, sunrise in wide open spaces, Disney World, I'll go there twice. Butterflies and picnic lunches, bunches of chrysanthemums, lollipops and pillow fights, and Christmas Eve sugar plums, string quartets and chia pets, and afternoon banana splits, angels watching as I sleep, and Liberace's greatest hits have got me pulled in a new direction. They keep insisting I'll stop resisting. This was me pulled in a new direction. I should stay in the dark, not obey every spark, but the boy has a bite better far than his bark, and you'll bet I'll bite too, to what's truly taboo, as I'm pulled in a new direction.
Great job, Bella. Now we have Amanda Lipinski with A Journey to the Past from Anesthesia.
Heart, don't fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that we're here. People always say life is full of choices. No one ever mentions fear, or how the world can seem so vast. On a journey to the past. Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Arms will open wide, I'll be safe and wanted, finally home where I belong. Well, starting now, I'm moving fast on this journey to the past. have had them too. Home, love, family, I will never be complete until I find you. One step at a time, one hope then another. Who knows where this road may go? Back to who I was, on to find my future, things my heart still needs to know. Yes, let this be a sign, let this road be mine, let it lead me to my past and bring me home at
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful performance. I'm sad to say that we only have one more performance left, but before that, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who helped out with the show, and thank you to all of you who are watching. We've been through a lot tonight. Happiness, sadness, madness, all the nisses. This is probably the last time you're going to see me, not because the show is ending, but because I'm wanted in 15 states for 17 different crimes. Anyways, here is Elliot Brenner with a monologue from Midsummer's Night's Dream, Puck's last monologue. Take it away. Good night, all. I'm so happy this is over. Get me some chocolate milk with a bendy straw and some aspirin.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these shadows did appear. In this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest Puck, if we have unearned luck to escape the serpent's tongue, then we will make amends ere long. Else the Puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
What are you doing here? The cabaret's over. The show's done. It's almost the end of the video. See, look, it's almost done. Bye-bye now. You gotta go. Bye. Bye. You gotta go. Hit the X. Hit the X. Hit the X. Or if you're on a Mac, hit the X. Hit leave. Bye. Watch a new video. There's tons of videos out there. Watch a new one. Or rewatch this one. You can rewatch my parts. They're the good parts. But you can't stay here. You gotta go. Bye. I'm leaving. With or with it. Okay. Bye. You good? Are you lost? You're not lost? Okay. Bye. Bye.